Hey everybody! Hey, what do you know? 2 videos in 1 week. Oh my goodness! I know, shocker, isn't it? Well, the first part, though, yeah, kind of a little bit serious, was actually kind of part 1, but I neglected to mention that in the video. I'm really, really sorry. So forgive me. But, yeah, the second part is that it was Pride Week this week. Holy crap! There's been a lot of different things going on, and in Seattle and different things like that, like all week. You know, the regular Pride festivities and the parade and everything like that. And what was really, really interesting is that I hadn't marched in a Pride parade since I was in St. Louis all the way back in 2003. And at that particular time, I marched with Growing American Youth, which is a LGBT support group for young people from 13 to like 22, which was paramount in my success in my early transition. I mean, it was huge. It meant then, and it still means a great deal to me. So, any of you who are questioning anything about yourself that happens to relate to the queer community whatsoever, and you live in St. Louis or, you know, somewhere nearby in Southern Illinois, seriously, go check them out. They have a website. I'll put it down there. Seriously, go check them out. They're awesome. But this week I marched for the first time with a trans specific group, and here in Seattle our route is a little bit longer than it was back in 2003 in St. Louis. In St. Louis it was comparatively short, but here in Seattle it's like 2 miles long. I mean, we go from like Westlake Center all the way out to Seattle Center, which is where, you know, they have all the vendors and some of the festivities and the stage and the beer garden and the whole kit and caboodle. Those of you who live in Washington know what the heck the beer gardens are, so yay for you. But yeah, it was the first time that I've actually marched in a Pride March with a trans-specific group. You know, I marched with Ingersoll, and I'll just go ahead and show. This is our t-shirt we got to wear in the parade, and this is side 1, and this is side 2. Yeah, it was really, really freaking cool. It was really nice because, I mean, we had some picket signs and different things like that. We had our own banner, you know. We were slot number 136. We were kind of back in the pack a ways. But what I thought was like really awesome was almost the entire route that we were on when we were marching down the street and everything. Almost the entire route we were getting cheers. I mean, we had a basketball team in front of us, and we were getting often louder cheers than they were. So, and we didn't have any fanfare. All we had was banner and some picket signs and us. Our t-shirts. That was it. But we were getting cheered. I mean, there were people like Neighbors and, you know, GSBA and the Microsoft people out there that were promoting the new Xbox and different things like that, and how awesome Microsoft is with the whole of the LGBT community. I mean, they even reimburse you up to $15,000 worth of SRS. So Microsoft is huge. But I mean, we were getting huge cheers, and it was just us. I mean, just to see the kind of support that we have in Seattle and the support we have from our community here is really, really huge. I mean, it was a humbling experience. And I was tired and cranky after we were marching, and my feet hurt, and I can't ascend stairs now because I sit on my ass too much, and marching 2 miles was a bit much. But it was great. I mean, I was on cloud 9 almost the whole time. It was amazing. It really was. And then we got to Seattle Center, and you know, the huge crowds and everything like that, and we were looking for something to eat, and had ended up in the main like park area of Seattle Center, you know, where they have the fountain and everything. And I happened to look up at the at the Space Needle, and noticed that there was a 20 by 40 foot pride flag right on top. And for locals here in Seattle, you know that you know, Seattle, the Space Needle does some pretty special things at certain times of the year. You know, during the Christmas, they have lights in the shape of a Christmas tree. During the Seahawks season or Seahawks game, they have a flag with jersey number 12 and the Seahawks colors, because Seahawks fans were known as the 12th man. They have the Sounders flag, they have the Storm, they have Mariners, they have everything. And all week, it was the pride flag. And I had to look up and smile when I first saw it. And then I was talking about it with some people back at the booth, and somebody told me that this is the first time in history that the pride flag has been flown on the Space Needle. First time ever. And then I had to sit back the next time I looked up at the Space Needle, and I mean, I had tears in my eyes, knowing that that was the first time. I mean, you're hardly ever present for any firsts in the majority of the community, and you know, this is 41 years. Today is 41 years after the initial riot at the Stonewall Inn. 41 years. And this is the first time the pride flag is flown on the Space Needle. That's pretty big. And that was pretty cool. And I had to step back and really kind of like thank the people that came before me, and the people who are still fighting for a lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people, even now today. And one of whom in our marching party is a member of the task force and Equal Rights Washington right here in Seattle. So that was pretty big. So yeah, thank you all for the time that we've had up to this point, and the triumphs that we've had, and the tribulations we've had, and just this overwhelming sense of what else but pride. It's a really awesome feeling, isn't it?